Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever Series 2, The Great Lakes. Thank you very much for joining me in this episode. Last time out, we did that. You can see that train just popping off in the distance, the Amtrak train. We introduced Amtrak to our fleet and we replaced one of the first trains on the steam line. So one of the steam trains have been replaced by this diesel, sort of Class 37, Class 55 look-alike. Does look rather strange though in an Amtrak livery, but we replaced it with one of them nevertheless, and it seems to be running okay. So in this episode we're going to be doing more train replacements. Steam trains are sort of going to be making their way out of this game now, for us anyway. Wow, that's actually a lot more downhill than I thought it was. But anyway, so we're going to be moving over to Chicago once again, and we are going to be where's Chicago? I've lost Chicago. There it is. We are going to be replacing this train. That's our first one for the day to be replaced, and then we'll see what else we can replace. So make sure you stay tuned for the next episode. Definitely for the next episode, and of course for the rest of the series for that. Right, so our first task on this is going to be to ensure that we get the replacement steam engine in the museum. So we did do a little bit of a museum work in the last episode, so we're just going to do or continue along that. And I think we've got a slot right here for one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a tiny little dwarf signal, I'd say about here. Oh, that's got rid of part of that train. Oh, rubbish. Keep going then. Come back, train. There we go. And then turn around, train. Good. And then turn back around, and then you stay right there. Wait. There you go. Okay, that will do. I'm sure the smoke will clear momentarily. Right, so we just need to get one of these. So it's a 260 Mogul in green with a P54 passenger car. 54, 45. P54. P45 is something in the UK. Right, so we're looking for a Mogul in green. And what green was it? Got to try and figure it out now. Hello, Mogul. Was this even in a green? Oh, it must have been, because originally it's red. That looks like the right green. Yep, that's the right green to me. Could it have been, hold on, could it have been one lighter? No, it was not one lighter. It's that green right there. There we go. And then we need to get ourselves the P54s, the passenger cars like that. And of course, I don't think they changed color. No, they didn't. So it was 1, 2, 3 of them. Fantastic. Right. So we're going to... This train is 61 years old. So we are going to have... in fact, are all of them 61 years old? Hang on a tick. Vehicles 61, 60. Yep, they're all 61 years old. So we are going to set a new route. And this route was Madison to St. Louis. So Madison to St. Louis. This is what replaced the Chicago to St. Louis route. I think the Chicago St. Louis is on this one, isn't it? Chicago Green Bay. St. Louis Chicago, it's right there. 1853 to 1918. I wonder if I can fit it in behind this. That would be interesting. That would be really interesting. If I can budge this up and then stick another train behind it. Another train behind that one would... yeah, okay, let's do that. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to actually stick another signal right about, I don't know, here. That's enough space for that to fit in. It certainly is. Then I can fit the next train in behind it. Okay, so you, sir, what route are you going on? There you go. It's right there. Let's actually add in the stations we want, and of course it's always the same stations. You and you. And I need you to go Did that. There we go. Okay, fantastic. Right. So now that we've done that, let's see. Let's get this train out and about. It's waiting for something. Oh yeah, it's waiting for this guy to budge forward a smidge. There we go. That should be done now. So now if I just stop you, there you go. You can stop. Yeah, I think you're pretty well spaced right there. So that's pretty good. Now let's find the replacement vehicles for these, which I've got to get rid of that. But first, let's get this train into the right place. Autosave, of course. Come on. Into the right place you go. And I'm going to watch that because that might go to 62. That'll do quite nicely. Alright, pause. 61 years. Fantastic. Right. So what I need to do, right, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. 61 years. Yeah, so let's go ahead and say that this ran for 61 years. So in 1980. So this was from, in fact, is it true? Could it be true? 1918. It ran from 1918, didn't it? It must have run from 1918 because that's when this train came out. So 1918 to 1980. So it's its 62nd year of operation. Yeah, 1853. 1853 to 1918 was this one, and then 1918 to 1980 was this one when Madison joined the route. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Right, let's go ahead and fix this now. For this one, I kind of want to introduce some electric trains. So I am going to do this and let it remove whatever else it needs to remove. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Also, you building, you're in a terrible place, you're in a terrible place. I just don't like these buildings here. You're okay. They just really, really annoy me. There we go. This tile is going to be a pain. Okay, that will have to do. I'm sure they're going to build a whole bunch of junk along here. But anyway, right, so we've got that all done. Now we need to upgrade this line to have electrics to it. So here we go. It's not going to be easy. In fact, let's get rid of that. That will probably make it easier. There you go. Right. Suddenly I hope I'm selecting the right line. I am. That's fine. Okay. Potter along all the way. Now don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan of electric trains. I just don't like them at all. I have my reasons for it. But I just do not like electric trains. I don't mind electric trains on sort of inner city runs. For example, the London Underground. I'm more than happy to have electric trains on there. But aside from that, electric trains are generally a no-go for me. I just don't like electric trains. Diesel electric, yeah, fair enough. There we go. I feel like that's not too bad. I feel like that's not too bad at all. Electrification of the line. Okay. Just check that that is running all the way along. We could have taken this time out to actually fix this line. Because as you can see, it is a mess. Until this point, it's an absolute mess. So we could have fixed the line, but I'm not going to fix the line at all. Alrighty, it runs all the way through this. This is an important junction. Make sure it does work. Yes, it does. This is a little bit odd. I'm not sure why it's like that, but okay. And it continues in. See, when it's in this inner city area, I think it's okay. But anything that's going out of the city, I like to have it diesel. That's just me, personally. I'm sure other people are like, electric is the greatest thing known to man. And to those people, I say, ha. No, electricity is good for obviously a number of things, but just not for trains, in my opinion. Again, okay. So now that we've done that, we can get our replacement vehicle. So we're going to go for an electric, unless we can go for a multiple unit, which we can. They look like Amtrak units, don't they? Metroliner, Amtrak, leading pair and trailing pair. Okay, hold on. Big letters, capital letters, so I guess I have to say this in a commanding voice. Only use once per train and put this in the front. Penn Central became bankrupt in 1971, so all of the Metroliners were transferred to the newly formed National Railroad Passenger Corporation, Amtrak. These units continued to be unreliable. Oh, bother. They're unreliable. Hang on, how many does this carry? How many... Wait. You carry 54. So having a leading pair and a trailing pair, that could work for me. Yeah, I could use a leading pair and a trailing pair. Phase 2? 1979? Sure. So yeah, if we use that, and we just go ahead and do, that's going to be 72 passengers as opposed to 54. I think that's going to be pretty good for us. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to save this here though, just in case it crashes. Okay. Add. There we go. And trailing pair. Now how do I... No, I guess that's how it's supposed to be. Okay, fantastic. There we go, we've got that. Let's, hello. You're coming into St. Louis for your final run. I'm going to set replace now. For all four... Wait, why are you not replacing? Why are you not replacing? Can't replace selected vehicle. Where are you? Oh, you're in the station. Right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually grab train 3. Let's ensure that this one does get selected. Can't replace. Right, okay, new problem. I haven't electrified this section. And hey, look, it's already complaining. That's why it couldn't replace it. Let's go ahead and electrify this. That was my fault. I need to improve this junction. This is a poor junction. Okay, that was entirely my fault. Is that everything? No, small section here. There we go. Okay, now we're going to replace now. Alright, we're going to actually follow train 3 along on its final journey. Complete with 54 passengers. It's the final journey. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I am going to get a copyright strike. Oh, I hope I don't get a copyright strike for that. That was just a complete parody and, you know, wasn't even singing properly. The final journey of this mogul. Chuffing along all the way. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Okay, come on, I've got to get... That has to be a photo, even if it's not the thumbnail. Well, it probably will be a thumbnail. Aircraft landing, this going through. Look at it, look at it. That's so awesome. That's awesome. That's the reason I placed these in this fashion. Where are you? Hello? Hello, McFly. Oh, there it is. References. And we're waiting at a signal. Of course we're waiting at a signal. Why else would we... We live to wait at signals. Oh, look at that. There's an Amtrak train. I'm an idiot. I should have taken that photo. I really should have taken that photo. I hope there's another Amtrak coming in. Also, I'll tell you what I will do. I will save it right now so that we can go back to May 1980. I am trying to keep this obviously from us going too far forward. So, there we go. Where's the next Amtrak? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, you are a million miles away. Just a mild exaggeration there. Well, who knows, if I can catch that... Who knows? Who knows what will happen? Clearly just waiting in line. I do wonder what we're waiting for. What are we waiting for? Is someone must be stuck in the platform trying to get out onto the main line. Yes, it is. Alright, in we go into the platform for the last time. This is the 460. No, it's 460? Hold on. Check the wheels. 260. Sorry. This is the 260 Mogul. Running for the last time from Madison to Chicago to be replaced by the Amtrak trains. Oh, it's the birth of Amtrak. A few years late, I will admit. But I tried my best to try and keep it in, try and get these at the right time. Here comes an Amtrak. Hang on a second. This could be it. There's the thumbnail. So wait a minute, does that read Amtrak at the back? It does! It does. Ooh, that's a interesting noise. That's a very interesting noise. What I like about these trains is actually the trailing units and the leading units are actually different. And that's important. Wow, this train is a little fast. I'll tell you that already. See, what I don't like about these electric trains, see, this sounds really good when it's underground. And I've heard it many a time on the London Underground on the tubes. This sounds awesome because of the echo and the noise and the rattle, so on and so forth. When we're not underground, it kind of doesn't. I mean, look, you'll hear it go past. It sounds fine when it's going past, but there's no engine noise, and that sounds really odd. Look, listen. It sounds awesome as the coaches go past. See, that sounds pretty good, but there's no engine noise, and that really is something that is important on a train. Wow, this is a very fast train. I didn't realise it was that fast. I might need to slow this track down on purpose. 100-mile-an-hour train. I might actually consider popping these Metroliners on a few other routes if they're going that fast. I didn't look at the speed of them. I mean, that's astoundingly fast. Mind you, that might mean I might be able to reduce a train, which is always important. 112, how fast can you go? Good heavens. And into the station. And I think that is a good place for me to be ending this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transport Fever Series 2, The Great Lakes. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. Don't forget to support me on Patreon. That's www.patreon.com/ECGadget. Oh, that sounds pretty good. Hey look, there's one of those nice little... I do like those buses, I will say that. Was that your doors opening? Because that was remarkably loud. Don't forget also, if you're not watching this on Twitch, to follow me on Twitch. That's www.twitch.tv/ECGadget. And also you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at ECGadgetLP. I think that is all from me. Let's actually just check how many passengers this is carrying. Not a lot. And I'll see you guys next time in Transport Fever Series 2, The Great Lakes, where... whatever this is waiting for, we shall have to fix. I'll see you guys then.